Welcome back to Coffee Break with SVEDA. I am your host, Mariah. Today I am joined by Justin Neppl, Executive Director. How are you doing today, Justin?
Very good, Mariah. Thank you. Thanks for having us, or having me, I should say.
Justin is the part owner of Tiny Tykes and also part owner of Wahpeton Youth Club. When did you know you wanted to be in business?
As far as I know, I've always wanted to be in business, but I'll best answer that is middle school. I've never seen myself being in a different career, honestly, even though my career path has taken me personally into different industries. But my wife and I, we've started our business when I was 21, I believe, or we purchased the business actually, and we've been running the business ever since then. So it really helps scratch the itch of being in business in multiple areas and having multiple businesses, so that even though my day-to-day isn't in a business, I'm constantly working with business owners, and we do have businesses that we own together. So
what process did you take getting into business and where you are now, if you want to expand on that?
Sure. Really we took the jump right in with 2 feet approach. There was no dipping in the toe. And like I said, I was 21 when we got into business. So we had to go through the school of hard knocks to figure out a lot of stuff, which is fine. It's a way a lot of people take in order to get into business. But having some of the backgrounds and meeting some of the folks along the way that have helped mentor and give guidance, we were able to really grow and expand our business over time and make things work for us. It's a pretty common approach that you see a lot of times with folks getting into businesses. We really want to be in business, and they'll try to figure out any way to get in there. And if you are determined and you work hard, you can make it work. We were able to leverage resources for us especially when we expanded our business. We worked with the Small Business Development Center to help us write our business plan and do projections, and we were able to purchase commercial real estate at that time, which was a great step up for us in our business and helping us get into the next level of where we really wanted to grow to, and actually just fulfill demand in childcare in the Wahpeton region. There was such a high demand. In order to meet that, we had to grow and expand our offering.
So you would say somebody helping you with a business plan really helped you with the success of Tiny Tykes, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Some of the advice that I tell people is, don't worry if you don't know what to do, because nobody's born with it within their DNA and on how to do a set of projections and a business plan, and honestly knowing the processes you need to go through to get there. Accessing resources is a big deal, and getting help is a big deal, because it's easy for me now, having been through the process so many times, but looking at somebody who, I just have this idea and I don't know how to take it to a market or how to get it into business. Yeah, nobody knows how to do that unless you've done it before. So asking the question has to happen. Otherwise, you probably won't get there.
Great. And you went to school in Breckenridge. You're originally from Breckenridge. Why did you choose to stay in the area with your family?
Yeah, my wife is a Breckenridge grad as well, high school sweetheart. And we were up in Moorhead. We were engaged, and we knew we wanted to move back to a smaller community. So we went back home. We went where our parents were at. We went where we knew. And with our aspirations, honestly, of being in business, some of the things that are overlooked at times of being in a successful business, especially early on, is that network of family and friends. And there's so many times early on in our business, as we started growing our family, we were able to count on our family and friends to pitch in and help us. We have a business meeting to go to. We had to drop the kids off, at one of our parents' place, and they can watch the kids while we're able to conduct business, or remodeling a piece of real estate we purchased, and we were able to invite friends, and where we had friends and family willing to come in and help us and save costs in fitting up a building when we're only 25 years old, buying our first piece of commercial real estate and trying to fit it up and do it on a bootstrap so that we can make things cash flow. So that network, you go to a new community and you try to start a business and you have nobody to rely on except for yourself, it's extremely hard, and your likelihood of being successful goes down massively because of that. The bigger the network, the more success you're going to have as a business owner. And the more people you can rely on, the more talent you have there, the more success goes up.
Yeah, definitely a benefit of living in a small town.
Yep.
So with your experience in this area, what is one thing people would find surprising regarding being an entrepreneur?
It's the hard work that goes into it, right? I think a lot of times people don't realize what an entrepreneur does on nights and weekends or mornings before they even go to the office. That hard work is definitely something, if you're going to be going into business, you have to get used to, because it's not easy. It's a grind. It can be difficult. Sometimes you're alone. You got to make decisions that are in the best interest of the company, and sometimes that isolates you from other folks. Not to say that work isn't rewarding, because it absolutely is. When you can create something and you can grow it and you can be proud of that, every single one of those minutes and hours you spent on it is so worthwhile, right? So, but I would say that's probably one of the biggest things is some of the folks that I've worked with in the past that get into business, they're not sure, or they don't realize the level of work it takes to run a business.
Absolutely. Do you have another piece of advice for anyone considering getting into business?
Do your research and know your market. I think those are the two big things that I would recommend. But don't panic if it doesn't fit together perfectly. For example, if you are looking at doing, a certain type of business within, we'll use a generic industry. We'll say an entertainment business in the Wahpeton, Breckenridge area. And, a lot of things, you do the research, you kind of understand the market, you think the business idea is a good fit. But some of the stuff just isn't fitting together perfectly, whether it's some data that you're trying to capture or a component of the business plan. That stuff has the ability to work itself out as you start working through the process and getting into business and starting your business and launching your business. I think too many times people get hung up on just being perfect instead of just moving forward. Do your research and know your market so you know who's buying, what they're willing to pay, that type of stuff, so that you can set yourself up for success.
What is an average day look like for economic development?
An average day is a lot of outbound calls, a lot of trying to get a bigger reach from Richland, Wilkin County into outstate Minnesota, Midwest, North Dakota, South Dakota, on not only just business opportunities that might be considering coming to the area, but how we can interact with these other resources and try to better the businesses within our backyard. No one day is the exact same. It's different types of phone calls, it's different types of emails. Sometimes it's building a spreadsheet, for a business or for some other folks internally to consider, potential business proposals. But really, it's really kind of just outlining, trying to figure out the holes in the market, trying to connect the dots for our local businesses, and trying to really just make a good situation for our current businesses, create a good situation for people who want to start businesses here, and then obviously try to get, lay the platform for businesses that are looking to expand into other markets that are very similar to ours. So, and trying to build those networks to get all those areas effectively.
Great. When you say building a spreadsheet for a business, can you give an example of what kind of information that would entail?
I just built one for a business considering the area and a relocation situation, and really what it was just the sources and uses. So basically we're estimating what a building would cost for that business, and then the funding that could go in and help fund that real estate build. It's basically just things like that we push off to businesses so they can understand what they're getting into from a high level, and that gets them, engaging us a little bit more so that we can get them more information. They can get us more information. It just becomes part of that dating process, really, as a business considers an area relocation into the area.
And this is all at no cost to the business owner, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, wow, there's a lot of value in that. What do you want people to know about SVEDA? Anything more to build on that?
At the end of the day, we're here to connect dots. So the bigger our network is, the better we're going to serve everybody we're talking to. And if you're a business owner in the Richland, Wilkin County right now, or if you're thinking about being a business owner, or you're thinking about bringing your business here, we want to hear and talk to you. My network right now, there is definitely gaps in it, and we want to grow that network within the business and the industries that we have within Richland and Wilkin County, and the people who are really considering getting into business, because we feel there's a lot of value, and it's amazing how one conversation can lead to a new market for a current business, or one conversation could lead to that person who's been thinking for a couple of years, I want to start this business. Oh yeah, we know exactly who you need to talk to, and you got a customer day one, and it makes them much more comfortable getting into business. So we have to be able to have open dialogue so we can connect the dots and we can solve pain points for current businesses, prospect businesses, or businesses considering their area. That's basically why we exist, right? If it was just capital, there's banks, and banks know a lot of the programs. If it was just real estate, most of the realtors and the city folks know the real estate that's available. We're here to connect the dots on all those things between different markets, who's selling what, who has different pain points that can be solved, and the capital and all that other stuff, and have dialogue with the businesses on how, what do they need to start a business, grow their business, or come here, and we just plug the holes for them so that they feel confident and comfortable coming here.